Hi again. I felt like I had to do another one of these because I had a lot of thoughts running through my head. The reason why I wanted to talk now was that there was this conversation I had with my sister a couple of weeks ago, and it never really left my head. And the thing we discussed was that I wanted to potentially explore more countries than just Germany before deciding where to settle down. And that made my sister pretty concerned, because her picture of this was that I was supposed to learn German as fast as possible, which is done most efficiently within Germany. So her plan was that I should go to Germany, practice the language as much as possible to learn it in as short time as possible, and also start building a career in the first place that I go to, so that I don't waste any time. But that got me thinking, why does everything have to go so fast? And isn't there an inherent risk that I get stuck in a place that I don't like if I am so eager to settle down in the first possible place? Because I feel like there's a big risk that I get stuck in pretty much the same situation as here at home, but with the big difference that I don't have a safety net in Germany in the same way that I do at home in Sweden. So I feel like I would probably be even worse off there, to be honest. And I feel like exploring could help me increase the chances of finding a place where I actually want to stay in the long run. Like if you search in a bigger area, I guess the odds are more with you than if you get lucky with the first place you move to. Like it happens, I'm sure, but I'm not so sure it would happen to me. I have no reason to believe I would be that lucky. But I also felt like my sister maybe doesn't really think about it in the same way as I do, because her tool set is centered a lot around stability, and everything can be measured, like success, finances, and all of that stuff, while I come more from a spontaneous and solve it as I go background. And I think that my skills have adapted after that way of living as well. So it's not just a teenage revolt, as I'm sure it can be interpreted that way, because I feel like it sounds that way when I say it now. But the thing I wanted to mention here is that if I would do things the way that my sister wants, I'm sure it could go well for me. But if it wouldn't, I feel like that would be an even greater blow to my self-esteem, and like the longing for what I set out to do would be even greater if I didn't actually go for that angle of it and just went to Germany, settled down in the first place, got a job that maybe I'm not that pleased with, and just build a life similar to this one that I'm not satisfied with. Like I'm only changing the place, but I'm not changing the content enough to make me happy, I guess. Well, maybe that was a more advanced or a worse way to just say, if I fail but in someone else's way, I don't think it's good for me mentally. But if I would explore the way that I want and fail that, like I go to Poland and Czech Republic and different parts of Germany, and I learn things about myself, but eventually maybe I run out of money and don't really know how to maintain that lifestyle. So I go back home to Sweden, and maybe people see me as a failure, but I'm not sure I would, because I would probably be happier, and I would have failed in my way, at least. So yeah, I guess if you have a way that you want to do things, try to actually be strong enough to stick to it and defend it if anyone asks you to do things their way instead. Because I feel like that's a whole lot less pleasing. And also try to use your strengths. If you're good at improvising or solving things as you go, put that to good use instead of trying to be a structured and logical person if you're not. Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to use my strengths if I did things that way. I feel like I had something groundbreaking to say, but that might not come to me now. Maybe it really wasn't that groundbreaking, but I wanted to feel smart for once. But I think I remember it now. And it was that if you explore and end up in the same place that you started out at, let's say that I end up in the Hamburg area again, which is where I went first, and maybe some people are like, why didn't you just stay there instead of going to Poland and Czech Republic and all of those other places and being unfocused and not really being able to stick to anything. But I would see it more as like, I might have ended up in the same place, but I don't think I'm the same person as I was when I was there the first time. Because at that point I would have seen more places, knowing more about different cultures and how I work in those different cultures, and more life experiences and meeting several new people. So even though I'm physically in the same place, I don't think I would be the same place inside of my head. There would be a lot more wisdom in there, I think. Maybe I'm too dense to actually gather any wisdom, but I don't think so. Yeah, even though you explore and still end up in the same place, I think you come back as a different person, and you didn't waste any time. I'll tell you that, at least. Even though maybe my sister would think so, but she's not the one doing this, so I take her advice, but I can't make sure that I follow it to a T, at least. But yeah, I guess that's it for me, and I'm gonna try to get to my bike without tripping on roots and getting myself lost in the woods here, but yeah, I think I'll have to focus on that now. But thank you for this walk. Goodbye.